Let's bring in Obaid Alzaabi. He's a political and AI analyst. Now, the UAE has framed this as a development support, but how much of this is also about strategic influence and competition with other global players like China and the US, for one?
Hi, Natasha. Thanks for having me on. So definitely, there's a lot of competition, but the UAE is the third country in the world for AI, just behind the US and China. And we've now surpassed both the US and China as the largest investor in Africa. So right now, Africa is really at the best position to leverage AI to maximize all of the people who live there's engagement. AI isn't really about chatbots. It's about micro decisions and millions of queries that improve the efficiency of everyday people. And through successive iterations, it'll grow the economy rapidly. So building that infrastructure, giving that access to those regions is critical for unlocking trillions of dollars from Africa.
I mean, let's talk about that a little bit more, about how transformative this initiative could be for African markets that are still really in the early stages of adopting large-scale AI infrastructure. I mean, how is this going to work?
Well, the UAE has just secured a lot of deals from the US to bring chips here. We're also investing in infrastructure in the US itself. And you combine that with developing on-the-ground infrastructure in the continent, and then they will be generating queries from people who are farming, raising animals, starting startups, building metallurgy, and various sectors, and they will be talking to AI in order to get their answers. And so by building that infrastructure, the UAE will be part of it, and they will be part of securing that economic boom. And it's going to be also a massive reduction in the overhead and debt that these countries need to take to achieve their goals.
Why focus on investing in Africa?
They have the youngest population. The average age, median age in Africa is 19. In other parts in Europe, it's over 40, maybe nearly even reaching 50. So the future is with Africa. They have massive amounts of land, untapped resources. Some of their regions are perfect weather all year round. I love Africa. I go there all the time. I was just in Malawi. I've been to Uganda, Comoros Island, Kenya, many times. So I think it's a great part of the world, and they have credit issues. So I think it's difficult for people to invest there. So as the UAE, we're taking a step,
What kind of Absolutely. I mean, I'm interested to kind of hear what you think the challenges are that African governments could face in actually implementing some of these AI projects on the ground, from digital readiness to public trust and also just regulation as a whole.
I think the biggest challenge is energy. If we have a good satellite internet system like Elon Musk's Starlink, then we don't need that much infrastructure on the ground. So we might just leapfrog a lot of infrastructure spending. So I think that's might be a possible. Google has their company AST, which I'm a big fan of, and they're trying to do distributed AI programming on your computer through their Android and their satellite company. So I think a lot of the main infrastructure we need there is energy. And this is going to come probably from nuclear energy. But for now, the limit of energy production in Africa is going to keep these real production centers, the AI processing centers, away from the continent. But the downstream technology will be ubiquitous there and spread everywhere.
Right. Well, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us, Obaid. Very interesting to hear your input here, and I think it's going to be certainly interesting to see how this unfolds, to see what amazing new initiatives come out of this investment.
Okay. Thanks a lot for having me. Bye.